Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah Olson and I love sharing about all things motherhood, homemaking, and homeschooling. And I know it's been a little while, it feels like a little while since I've shared a YouTube video. It's definitely been a while since I have posted a blog post, so I know everything's relative, but I've just, like many people, had a very busy month of May. I feel like May is the December, that's what I heard someone say, May is the December of the spring. You know, it's just so busy, schedules are so packed, and I just had to put YouTube stuff off to the side. But I'm glad to be back and filming today's video for you. So I'm a mom to 3 kids, Sophie, Soren, and Svea. Sophie is 6.5, Soren is 4.5, and Svea is 14 months old. So obviously we are very busy in terms of just plain running around. Lots of things going on every day. And I also homeschool. I stay at home with the kids, and yeah, our days are filled with all those little kid things. I sometimes don't talk to an adult for a while, and that can make it feel like it's really hard to get my to-do list done. Not that that's the priority. The priority is motherhood and those important tasks and that role that I've been given. But to-do lists still need to get done a lot of the time. I'm talking about not just the hopes and dreams that I have for fun things to do. For instance, I let YouTube go off to the side because it's a fun hobby. It is not my ultimate priority. But I did want to talk about productivity today because I am passionate about being productive and still running a peaceful home, and I just wanted to share one of my best, I guess, tips or approaches for productivity. One of the most helpful things for me when it comes to productivity and just plain not being overwhelmed as a mom of 3 young children is to have anchors in my day. You might have heard of this concept before, but having anchors in your day is like having specific times that things are happening every day, or windows of time, little periods of time where certain activities or events are happening every day. And these anchors in our day are predictable. Our family knows what to expect, generally speaking. Mama knows what to expect, and they really help to direct the whole flow of the day. This is not a rigid hour-by-hour schedule because that personally doesn't work for me in this season of having young children. I know some people thrive on having a more hour-by-hour schedule. As you know, life with little kids involves a lot of things shifting during the day. Random incidents might hypothetically happen throughout the day, and you also don't want to set yourself up for discouragement or feelings of failure. These anchors give you structure and direction in your day. They, like I said, direct the flow of your day. They're predictable, so your family knows what to expect, and it can actually bring your children a sense of security in just knowing a general feel for the flow of the day. And I argue a lot of the time that having anchors in your day actually does allow for flexibility. Like I said, it's not a rigid hour-by-hour schedule of the day, but these anchors do direct the general flow of the day, allowing you to actually be a more flexible mom. All right, let's talk about some examples of anchors in a day. One that our family has that I love this anchor so much, is the fact that our kids get up at the same time every day. That doesn't mean that they like magically wake up, open their eyes at the same time every day, although having a pretty consistent bedtime schedule does help with that, and some expectations surrounding bedtime and sleeping in your room. However, what I mean is my 2 oldest kids, they understand that they have a nightlight that glows green. We have a Hatch nightlight, which I can link down below for you, but for a long time, we had a toddler alarm clock. It didn't ring when it was time, it glowed green. It was one of those ready to rise clocks, which I loved, and I can link that down below for you as well. But having a certain time of day when the kids are allowed to get out of their room and come to mama and daddy's room makes all the difference. Or come downstairs, because oftentimes, ideally, I am already in the living room working on some stuff and doing my Bible reading time before the kids wake up. Sophie and Soren know that they can quietly play in their room if they happen to wake up and their clock is not quite green. They call it their clock even though it's a nightlight. Our clock is green is what they usually announce when they come downstairs. But I love this system so much. I love the fact that our first anchor of the day starts our day off so well because it's predictable for everyone. It's predictable for me. I'm not wondering if my child will be joining me downstairs at 5 a.m. or at 8:30 or something. It's generally around 7:30 in our family, and it just gives everyone that expectation of when our day truly starts together as a family. And I think it teaches the kids to be respectful of others' time and space as well. Now, I should caveat this by saying, of course, our kids can come to us with any sort of emergencies, or even if they're having a bad dream. It's not like we lock them in their room or anything like that. They are not totally shut out of the rest of the family or something like that. I just have an expectation that when we're in bed, we stay in bed throughout the night, hopefully, until morning time. And of course, they're allowed to go to the bathroom. And like I said, they can play quietly in their room until their clock turns green. It's not a very strict routine where they're not allowed to even, open the bedroom door and say something to us or ask a question. But anyway, I love the fact that having an anchor like this starts our day off so smoothly. So having the kids get up at the same time every day is beautiful. Another anchor of our day that we have is we try to start homeschool time around the same time every day. Typically, I like to start around 9 o'clock. It's been more difficult since having our third baby because obviously that's a life transition and babies require a lot of extra care, like nursing. It could be at slightly different times, or a morning nap, or just general fussiness or teething, and that's fine. We have actually shifted. Earlier this school year, we had school starting more like 10:30 a.m., but we have shifted back towards 9 a.m., which has been wonderful. And then Svea has also been learning, our baby has been learning to kind of play alongside us and listen in on school as best as she can. It's just really sweet, actually, how she tries to join us. And then I put her down for her morning nap at the end of school, or maybe during some independent work time for Sophie and Soren. All that said, I love the fact that we generally have a predictable homeschool schedule. So about 9 a.m. is when I like to start school. And again, that directs the flow of the day. It helps us all predictably know and not be surprised by the fact that mama is having us start school right now. The third anchor that I absolutely love having in place is quiet time every day. Quiet time could be synonymous with nap time in some families because sometimes you've got little ones who are napping and older kids who aren't napping, but the whole house kind of, it's like a shop closes up for a couple hours and then you reopen everything again later. I love the pause in the day that quiet time gives us. We have done a whole mix of quiet time approaches. Sophie and Soren have shared a room during quiet time in the past. When Sophie was like 2 or 3 and Soren was a baby in a crib, he would sleep, and then eventually Sophie would not be napping and would be playing quietly. She did an awesome job with that. And as time has gone on, we've changed our approach a bit. We have Sophie and Soren in separate bedrooms. It just makes it more of a quiet time and less of a playtime without adults time. And you can approach it however you'd like in your family. But for us, quiet time is a time of day that is screen-free, separate from each other. Everyone is separate from each other. Svea, the baby, is still with me usually in the living room at this point, but we will continue to tweak that. I go more into how we truly set this up, quiet time bin ideas, and yeah, lots of approaches to quiet time in my course, which is the Present Mama Playbook. I will link the waitlist down below for you. But I love the fact that quiet time gives me, as mom, a predictable 1 to 2 hours a day. And see, it's not super duper rigid. I sometimes have their timer set to 90 minutes. Sometimes we go up to 2 hours. We have worked our way up, like really worked our way up to those times. And I love that we've kind of built up that independent playtime stamina, and it is screen free. And the kids have a blast. They always come back to the living room after quiet time filled with ideas and little crafts they did, or a drawing they want to show me, or something they were thinking about. It's wonderful to see what kids can accomplish and just plain think about when they have that space. So like I said, quiet time is one of the anchors of our day that I love because for many reasons. As a mom, as an introvert, as someone who has projects I like to work on outside of housekeeping and cleaning tasks, it gives me that space in my afternoon every day, pretty much every single day, where I can think my own thoughts and work on my own projects. And yeah, I love it. So if you don't already implement a quiet time in your household, I highly, highly recommend you consider that, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom. You're with your kids all day. It's okay to not be with them for an hour or so, and you can work up that independent playtime stamina over time. Again, I go over it more in my course, plus lots of ideas about what to have in your kids' quiet time bins. But quiet time has been a big gift to us. It's a daily gift for me, and it's really good for the kids too. It also has been a great way for us to cut back on sibling disagreements and fighting. Sometimes kids are just in each other's space a lot, and it's really nice for these siblings to give each other some room and get to play their own games without being interrupted. Quiet time is an anchor that does happen pretty much every day, but again, the flexibility of having these general anchors in your day allows me to still go on outings with friends, or, you know, we'll be gone all afternoon at the zoo or something. So it's not 100% mandatory, but the more consistency you can offer your kids, the better, I think, and it's great for ourselves as well. And I would say we do it the huge majority of the time. So quiet time is a wonderful anchor of our day. So let's talk about an action step that you could do starting today. I would suggest you think of 1 to 2 things that you would like to happen consistently every day. 1 to 2 things. And it could be, you know, kids waking up at the same time every day, or a quiet time every day. So let's talk about an action step that you could do starting today. You can jot down 1 to 2 things that you wish happened consistently, pretty much every single day. Once you've thought of those ideas, then you can focus on really implementing them consistently over the next week. You don't have to implement everything, all the new ideas at once, because that can be overwhelming. But if you even infuse 1 new habit, 1 new daily thing that's going to happen in our family every single day for the next week, that will start a really good flow of new habits and those anchors in your family's day. And then the cool thing about having anchors in your day is that even if the other parts of your day are complete chaos or completely overwhelming or just exhausting, you still have those anchors in your day to rely on, to fall back on, and you will start feeling like your days are less overwhelming overall. So sometimes we have a crazy morning, but we've had that predictable time when the kids come down at the same time in the morning, and homeschool has started generally at the same time. Things can ebb and flow. There can be diaper blowouts, or someone can slip and fall. There can be sibling disagreements, but then we move to quiet time, and that's our other anchor of our day that we absolutely love relying on. And it just helps the flow of our day to not feel too chaotic, because I know the name of the game as a mom with young children is a lot of flexibility, a lot of spontaneous things, planned and unplanned, are happening all day long. And it's so wonderful to have just a couple or a few anchors in your day that you can rely on or fall back on, because it will help your day feel less chaotic overall. These anchors can be really simple. Again, it can be wanting the kids to come downstairs at the same time every morning. It can be quiet time, or an anchor in your day could be something like we pick up the living room together as a family at this rough time every day. An awesome bonus is that predictable anchors in your day are so beneficial for your children. Your children love structure. I'm not saying children love a rigid hour-by-hour schedule, but they love a general predictability to their day and to their routines. And I think you'll find that having anchors in your day will help your kids feel less frazzled, and it'll help you feel less frazzled overall. So I love the fact that having anchors in our day helps everyone feel less frazzled too. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was interesting for you to hear about anchors, or maybe revisit the topic again and start those wheels turning, brainstorming what kinds of anchors we can have in our day as a mom of little kids. I did want to mention that I have a webinar, a free webinar that you can access today, all about productivity tips for moms of young children. I will link that down below in the description box. It's just some of my best hacks, my best secrets 4, I believe, are in the webinar, all about ways to still get your to-do list done. Even if you have young children and no outside childcare, you can still accomplish things during the day. You can climb out of that overwhelm and your day doesn't have to feel chaotic. So I hope today's video was helpful for you, but if you're interested in a little bit more for free, we've got a webinar down below in the description box, because no one likes to rush around frantically trying to do all the things while our children are asleep, whether it's naps or in the evenings. So I would love to help you out more. The webinar will help you with some extra tips and tricks, but then also I have an online course that I mentioned earlier in this video. It's called the Present Mama Playbook, and it is opening for enrollment again. And I have not been able to say that for such a long time. I took quite a break off from launching that course because of a couple of reasons. First of all, I had my third baby, and that just shifts things in your life a little bit, and priorities, of course. But also I was busy revamping and refreshing the Present Mama Playbook. I am so excited about it. There are over 130 videos in this course and a huge PDF full of worksheets, note-taking sheets, other printables and checklists. It is going to be so wonderful, and it is opening for enrollment soon. Right now you can get on the wait list by clicking the link in the description box down below. So those are the two main things I wanted to be sure to mention here at the end of the video. The free webinar all about productivity secrets for moms of young children. And then secondly, you can join the wait list for the Present Mama Playbook, because believe me, you won't want to miss out on the newly updated version of the course. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Yesterday there was sun.